This is one more, right? We're still going in the $1 million thing. You know what I'm saying? Dab it or grab it, right? Grab it or dab it. You're either going to invest that $1 million or you're going to keep that in your pocket. That's where we're at right now. Let's check this one out. This is different than the ones I brought you before. One simple fact on this one is that there's only one picture. Check it out. This is all we got. Right? We're still in the West Hills. We're still still about 30 minutes away from LA. We're still in the roundabout as the last video. I hope you guys watched it. I'll put a little link on the bottom so you guys can watch it, or at the end of the video you'll have a link. That last video showed us what the prices were around there, that there's private schools, there's a lot of greenery. So you got to be closer to the beach to have that kind of weather, right? To keep everything green on its own. So if we look here, look at all this green this house. This house is completely covered in green. So what that tells me is this house hasn't been touched in 20, 30 years. From my experience, this house was either the person passed away, the person divorced, or they just moved on, right? Moved on to Arizona, or they went to live somewhere where it's more logical for them. Because, if you started with a family 20, 30 years ago in this house, now, your kids went away, you're an empty nester, and you have a 2-story house that you got to put, from the looks of it, new garage doors, new paint, new landscaping, new windows, new doors. It's pretty much, do I want to go through all that, or do I just give somebody a good deal and move on? Whoever had this house was probably already paid for. So, the difference between making $1 million and making $1.1 million is not much, because you're going to have to put the $1 million into the house, and then you have to deal with the contractors, the failures, the problems. You're going to have to spend a year of your life, fighting with other people trying to make this money. And if you're putting $1 million or $1.1 million in your pocket, it's not going to make a big difference, right? You got that $1 million in your pocket, you walk away, you can buy another house cash, brand new, and you still got, $400,000 left. Okay, so how do I know that this is a good deal? First of all they did was put one picture up. So that tells me there was no interest in showing any of the inside. And it sold. Secondly, look at all the overgrown brush, right? The roof looks tired. The paint looks tired. The windows are 30 years old. Those are leaky. This garage door is leaky. I like the rain gutters they did around it. They're black. That's a nice touch to it. But look how overgrown. This garage door hasn't been moving for a while. If you got green growing around the garage door, that tells me that the garage door has not been working for a minute. Also, look at the entrance to the house. It's very overgrown. Look at here. There hasn't been a car drive into this garage for a while either, because this is so overgrown. Look at the palm trees in the back. Look at the trees on this side. So this house has been neglected for a while. Let's try the street view. Let's see if we see something else. And there you go, guys. That's what we get. We get more overgrown. I bet you this is the side of the house that we don't get to see. Like they're showing us the garage. This is the opposite side, right? Look at all this overgrown brush. Let's look at the neighborhood. It's an older neighborhood, you could say, from the looks of this house. It's like a 60s, 70s. It's got that feel to it, right? The way it's set up. Look at all the rock at the bottom, and the way this it has that kind of box set look to it, you know what I mean? Because the way they build that porch, they built out the room on top and created a porch in the bottom with it, right? The entrance, the house sits up a little, so that tells me it could have an attic or just a crawl space so you can run piping kind of thing. The trees are fully grown. Look at this one. This one's sitting up high too. You can tell by the stairs. Compared to this one doesn't sit up at all, right? There's no need for stairs. It's pretty flat. So let's see if we can get a better look at the door on this one. Here's Bernardine. Let's try turning around. Yep, there it is. Right? So I think it sits on a corner. I'm not sure because the picture is not, but from the looks of it, this is the house. This is the house. I thought it looked gray on the picture. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me back up a little. Let me go on this. Yeah, it has to be that one. Because look. That's a huge house. Now look at the difference. This house has been well taken care of. Look how all the bushes are cut. Right? Beautiful. The landscape, the steps, the walkway, the color of the house. It's all feel to it, but it's really clean house, right? All right, guys, let's go over it. Right, let's talk about it. Why do you guys think there was only one picture? Right? One picture. That's all we had. One picture for this house, right? Why was it only one picture? Why didn't they show the kitchen and the bedrooms and all that? Because this house has equity. It's probably about 100, 150, maybe 200,000, maybe more. Let's look at the comparables around the block to see what kind of meat was left on the bone. So for the South Valley, that's where we're at, right? There's the address. Medium list price is $1.5 million. So can you imagine? This guy bought this house at $380 a square foot. We look here, $629 is the medium square foot. So think about it. If this guy puts $100,000 into this house, $200,000 into this house, pushes it up to 1.5 million, pushes it up to 1.4 million, he's still in the realm of making between $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. So this is why there was only one picture, because it was never priced for a everyday buyer. This was priced for a wholesaler, for a house flipper, for an investor, right? Somebody that had the means to close escrow maybe in 3 days, 10 days, something like that. But let's also look at how much that this guy really paid for this house, right? So looking at the history of the house, it's only been one owner, right? And this house sold for $123,000 back in April 17, 1979. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 1979, 89, 99, 2009, 2019. We're about 40 years plus into the making. It was never refinanced. It doesn't show it. So whoever bought it for 40 years, they sat on this house, right? So this house was paid for. This million was clean. I mean, they only paid about 4% commission for selling the house, right? So this guy, after 40 years of hard working, he said, I'm going to take my ball and go home. I'm going to grab me my million. I'll grab my milli, get my gold chain, you know what I mean? And go live somewhere nice. Go live somewhere away from the traffic, away from this area. I don't have to fix no windows. I'm not changing no doors. I'm not painting anything. I'm gonna grab my mail, you know what I mean? Pack my stuff, I can move to Michigan and own the place. I can move to Arizona and buy a house for 350,000, 400,000, and have 600,000 in the bank. Or maybe I got married and moved on to another country. You know what I mean? When you have 900,000 to $1 million in the bank, what keeps you from moving to Italy? What keeps you from moving to Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama? You stack your money, buy a motorhome, tour the place. It depends how you want to live. It depends on how many kids you have too, right? Because if you have no kids and all you got is cats and dogs left over, you can use the money any way you want, right? Maybe you're a big church. Maybe you want to live to the church. Maybe you want to live to your aunts or uncles or nieces or nephews, whatever the case might be. So whoever bought this house for $123,000 back in April 17, 1979, did a great investment, right? Not only did he live in a nice area, not only did he make these payments and pay this small amount, the $123,000, and we're talking about maybe $600 a month, depending on his interest, but maybe $600, $700 a month. $700 a month. This guy did that for 30, 35 years. And then he cashed out. He lived all those years for free and walked out with $900,000 profit. This is why all that other stuff they're selling you on here, all the digital real estate stuff, all that other junk they're selling you, nothing makes more millionaires than real estate. Anyways, all right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Please remember that grace plus attitude equals gratitude. Thank you for being here, and see you on the next one.